This young girl posted a video and she put the caption on the video as "Working a job is normal and a privilege." Just a reminder. And I just totally disagree with that. I think being in any employment in life is a privilege, 100%, because you're able to provide income to support family or food, shelter, the necessities, 100%. But it's not normal to be sitting in an office with four walls, with the air conditioning on, from a time that you have to be there to a time that you have to leave, with a certain amount of dollars per hour, being told if you're allowed to take a holiday that is your life. That's not normal. It's really not. Okay, I understand that it's normal in terms of what society has taught us, because we need to have the community evolving and have people working in specific fields to support other people. Yes, we all understand that that is important and it's good and whatnot, but it's not normal and it's not healthy and it's not a great way to live life. Any successful person and any happy person, fully happy throughout their whole duration of life, when they're giving advice, they're always saying that when they're able to be creative and build a life of their own and be just free in their own way, are the most happy and fulfilled people, because that is what life is about. It's not about sitting in an office from a time to another time doing a task and going home. It's about being creative, exploring, having freedom, being able to do as you wish, and being able to learn and build and create and do so many different things. So I don't think that it is a good message to send out to others that it's normal to live a life like that. Yes, it might seem that in our culture and in society it's quite common, okay? It doesn't mean that it is the best option and that you should settle for that because it's normal. It's what everyone does. Being the same as everyone won't get you further, and people who make and take risks and do things that are completely different outside of the norm are the people who are successful and have way more happiness than the average person.
Nobody will ever convince me that working is normal. Waking up tired, dragging yourself out of bed, giving all your energy to a job that will replace you in 2 seconds, coming home drained, too tired to enjoy your kids, your peace, your life, or even yourself, and somehow this is what we call normal? No. This is survival, y'all. This is burnt out, dressed up as responsibility. This is people breaking their necks, breaking their backs to barely make it, and we're supposed to smile and act like we're grateful for it? And you mean to tell me we only get one life, and most of it is supposed to be spent stressed, underpaid, overlooked, and exhausted? That would never sit right with me. And I'm not saying people shouldn't work. I'm saying this system is not normal. It's not normal to have anxiety every Sunday about Monday. It's not normal to cry in the parking lot before a shift. And it's not normal to work full-time and still be behind on bills. And it's not normal to feel like your whole life belongs to a company. And they told us this was just part of being an adult. But honestly, a lot of us are waking up and realizing this ain't living. This is existing. I want more than survival. I want peace, y'all. I want freedom. I want to actually enjoy my life without feeling guilty for needing rest. So no, nobody will ever convince me that this is normal. Because, no.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this "that's just the way it is" bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm going to walk in there. They going to ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Do you ever genuinely ask yourself, what is the point of working anymore? We're selling all of our time for money that we can't even keep. It's like, we do this our entire lives. We're selling our souls to Satan, it feels like, and we're getting nowhere. There are people out here working 2 jobs, and I just can't comprehend how anybody is even able to afford life right now. When the wages are so low and the cost of living is so high, it just totally defeats the purpose. We deserve so much better as human beings. We actually deserve to enjoy our time here and have a good human experience, but it literally feels like we as a society chose to live in the worst way possible. And my soul is screaming out for more. I feel like this is something that I can't settle for my entire life, and I genuinely can't comprehend. I can't wrap around my head how people are able to do this for 60 years of their lives. Then I almost kind of feel like this shit's not even real. That maybe we don't actually have to do this. That maybe we can win our time back somehow and enjoy our lives. It's like, why am I going to sell my soul at a job and get so little in return? And just watch my life go to waste. My time is a lot more valuable than money. And I'm at a point right now where I just want to win my life back. I want to be happy while I'm here. I don't want to suffer in the name of capitalism anymore. And I honestly wish everybody felt the same way that I do.
Bro, working a lot is not a flex. I feel like in the US, there's so many media outlets and people that glorify 50, 60, 70-hour work weeks, and I'm just like, nah. The sole purpose of work for me is to fund my life outside of work. So y'all will get me for the amount of time I'm contractually obligated to be here, and that's it.
There are a lot of people out here who are going to work for the rest of their lives. And what frustrates me to no end, what hurts my heart, is how much we've normalized. Like, well, yeah, that's just something that's just going to happen. That should not be something that we're saying. We should not be okay with saying, well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of us who are going to work forever, and I've just come to terms with that. No. And stop saying, listen, I talk to a lot of people, y'all. In my business, I talk to a lot of people. And here's the one thing that I have to help people understand every single time. Because people are like, well, I enjoy what I do. I don't mind working. And that's all fine and good. I am not going to argue with that. But what I need you to understand is that there's going to be a day where your mind is going to say, I want to work until whenever. And your body's going to say, absolutely not. And what are you going to do then? If you are not set up, if your financial situation is not set up, if your retirement account, if your IRA, if your 401k is not set up, if you do not know exactly how much money you need in order to not only retire, but stay retired, you are floating in dangerous waters. Make sure you know how much you need, because if you do not, you will be working whether you want to or not.
Hey, friendly reminder, if your job monitors you so hard that you have to jiggle your mouse every few seconds just to prove that you're actually working, then that is not productivity. That is a hostage situation.
Bitch, we're gonna work until we die. The American dream is absolutely DEAD, ho. That bitch died. That bitch is deceased. That bitch fucking funeral viewing was like 2 years ago. 8 years ago, 2008, when Obama was president. That shit just died. I miss Obama. I miss I miss being a kid. Like, this is just gonna sound so but I did not realize that when I was a beautiful little young child, and I thought the world was peach and rainbows, that when it was gonna be my turn, I'm 27 years young, baby, about to be 28, that when it was gonna be my turn, it was gonna be ass for me. The economy was gonna be cheeks, and our little America is gonna be run by somebody who can't even put into words, ain't got nothing nice to say, not gonna say anything at all. And that if I wanted to have, this is the one that really pisses me off. I want to have kids, right? Maybe later, maybe when I'm like 31, 32. Not anymore. Not until this fool's out of office. Not until my kids can get vaccinated. Not until my future kids can go to school without there being like a shooting or something like that. Like, shit's cooked. My future that I thought I was gonna have as a child is literally cooked cheese fried. I'm about to make $19 an hour. Woo, new job with benefits. Really exciting. 19 isn't good enough. It's just not gonna cut it. I'm still gonna be struggling as much as I was in my old job, making $17 an hour. Helping animals. Fucking anesthetizing pets. Doing x-rays on your pets. Doing blood draws on your pets. Being a veterinary assistant, veterinary technician. Hard work, $0. Zero. Zippo zilch. And then healthcare, excited about that. But then the American healthcare system's fucking ass cheeks. You're gonna be taking out so much money in my paycheck. Got my tax return, had to pay somebody a little bit off my tax return because they barely helped me doing my taxes. I'm just so confused. This is not what I thought was gonna happen when I grew up and really wanted to be an adult. Oh, I can't wait to be an adult. No!
I have lost so much motivation to work a regular job. I don't want to work a regular job anymore. You know, it's a rat race. I've lost my energy to do so. I'm not even motivated by the money anymore. It just seems as though everybody that's around me is in their own little bubble. I don't really have anybody who communicates or talks to me anymore. Even, the ones that I used to consider my close friends, they've seemed to just dropped off. So it's kind of lonely out here, isn't it? At some point, I believe that our system as to how we work and how we're supposed to live is going to change because inflation is too high and people are not motivated to work as they used to be. People are realizing that there's a better way of going about doing things. So if anybody else feels this way, please let me know. I'm not the only one, hopefully.
You know what is so soul-crushing about corporate America? It is the fact that you have to operate on a frequency that is not your own. Think about it. You've got to work around a bunch of people that you don't want to be around all day long. You have to be in an environment that you don't want to be in all day long. And you have to do work that does not align with your true interests. That, my friends, is incredibly soul-crushing, isn't it?
Your job is not more important than your health. Because if you don't have good health, you're not good for the job anyway. And if God forbid something happens to you, that job is going to move on and find someone else to fill that position. Your job is not more important than your health. Your job is to take care of your health and take care of yourself. I don't give a damn if you're the custodian. I don't care if you work at McDonald's. I don't care if you work on a legal team. I don't care if you're a sports agent. I don't care if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Your job is not more important than your health.
All right, so look, you ever notice how these jobs don't give a damn about your mind? They don't care if you're tired. They don't care if you're anxious. And they damn sure don't care if you're neurodivergent. As long as you can clock in, put on that uniform, and keep the machine running, they'll treat you like you're fine, regardless of the collateral damage it does to you. And the second you can't keep up, the second you slow down, the second you admit that you're overwhelmed, It's not, how can we support you? It's always something like, well, maybe this isn't the right fit for you. That's their language. That's the type of compassion they show. And here's the truth that most people don't want to face. For a neurodivergent person, walking into the workplace isn't just stressful. It feels like death. It feels like you're dying while you are alive. Think about working in a restaurant. The kitchen is chaos. You got tickets flying in, timers going off. Every 5 seconds, somebody's yelling about tickets or plates or this, somebody needs that. And you're expected to move like a machine while your brain is still trying to process the last order. There's just so much going on. And the pace never slows down. It just builds and builds and builds till your chest is tight and your nerves are fried. Or take being in a warehouse. You got forklifts going everywhere, left and right. You got scanners buzzing in your hand every few seconds. All you hear is beep, beep, beep. All you see is conveyor belts moving in just non-stop action. You got supervisors watching you like a stopwatch with legs. Every sound is like a jolt. Every second feels like you're falling behind. You're surrounded by this constant motion of pressure, and it feels like you can't pause for even a single breath. Now think about hospital. Alarms going off, phones ringing, beepers going off. You got coworkers rushing everywhere, patients asking for help. It's life and death on repeat. The atmosphere never lets up. For somebody whose nervous system is sensitive, every sound cuts into you. Every demand pulls you in a new direction. And before long, your mind and your body are both screaming for relief, but you just can't find it. Retail ain't no different. During the holidays, you got customers just piling up, lined up at the door, talking over each other, kids crying, music blasting in the background, the register just beeping nonstop, scanning, folding, bagging, smiling, answering questions, all while a manager is hovering over your shoulder, pushing you to move faster even though you're already drowning in overstimulation. Or even a call center, phones ringing back to back, scripts that you're forced to follow, timers on your calls, supervisors listening in. No pause, no silence, just voices pouring into your own ears while you're trying to stay professional even though you are overstimulated to the max. Even though it feels like your brain is about to collapse. For a neurodivergent person, none of this is just busy. This feels like an avalanche. It's drowning in stimulation. Your nervous system shakes. Your thoughts scatter. Your body gets into survival mode. Sometimes you even disassociate because that's the only way to survive. And the part that people don't see is that even when you leave, you can still feel it. You could have clocked out an hour ago, but I bet you your nervous system is still shaking. Your hands might even be trembling still. You know what I'm saying? You still can't relax. Your heart is still racing and your brain is still buzzing like you never left that building. But then add another layer, adding the layer of being black in the same environment. Don't get me wrong, everybody who is neurodivergent struggles in these workplaces, for sure. No matter who you are, being neurodivergent in the workplace is a struggle. But if you're neurodivergent and black, I feel like it's 1,000 times worse. Because now on top of this overstimulation, you're carrying the weight of the racism that's built into the workplace. You see, the architecture of white supremacy is in the framework of all these jobs. It's in the way that the managers talk down to you. It's in the way that they assume that you're lazy. It's in the way they call your frustration attitude. It's in the way promotions pass you over. It's in the way your humanity gets dismissed. It's in the way that you have to work twice as hard to be seen as equal in a system that's trying to break you down. When you're black and neurodivergent, there is no margin for error. If you can't keep up with the chaos, they don't see overstimulation. They see incompetence. They don't see a human being drowning. They see a stereotype being confirmed. And then there's another layer nobody wants to talk about. The narcissism in the workplace. These workplaces aren't just racist. They're not just overstimulating, but they are narcissistic in nature, by design. The rules themselves are made to control, to dominate, to strip away individuality. And the people they put in charge, the managers, the supervisors, most of them thrive on that control. They scream, they belittle, they micromanage, they create tension because they like tension. They can't lead with empathy because they don't have any empathy. They don't see employees as people. They see employees as tools. And if a tool stops working, they don't care why. They just replace it. And that's why compassion doesn't exist in these spaces. That's why mental health doesn't matter in these spaces. That's why neurodivergence is invisible in these spaces. Because narcissists don't recognize humanity. They recognize output. They recognize obedience. And if you can't give them that, they'll spit you out and bring in the next person to replace you immediately, without a second thought. Meanwhile, companies love to brag about mental health awareness and diversity and inclusion. They'll put the posters up in the break room. They'll even put the commercials on TV. They'll talk about being progressive. But if they really cared, then the workplace wouldn't feel like a torture chamber. If they really cared, managers wouldn't treat employees like trash the moment that they show vulnerability. If they really cared, neurodivergent people wouldn't have to suffer in silence. And Black neurodivergent employees wouldn't have to fight 2 fights at the same time while just trying to survive a shift. So when people say, just go get a job, like it's nothing, you have to understand what that really means. For a neurodivergent person, especially a Black neurodivergent person, just go get a job means to step into a building that was designed to erase you. It means to trade your sanity for survival. It means suffer quietly because the system does not recognize your pain as real. And that's the truth about the modern day workplace. It's not just about productivity, it's about sacrifice. It's not about diversity, it's about domination. It's not just about stealing our time, it's also slowly erasing lives.
Yeah.